Alright, bro, so it says that 1,000 ants versus 1 Black Widow. I'm gonna keep it about, bro. I watch Marvel, so I already know who's gonna win.
Black Widow, what would actually happen? Would the spider's venom come out on top, or would the sheer number of ants overwhelm her? Well, in this video, I'm gonna test ants against that and tons of other interesting scenarios to see how strong ants are really.
They actually did it?
The only problem is I don't have 1,000 ants. Thankfully, I found this website that sells just that. And the coolest thing is
underground reptiles?
Meaning we might actually get something really good. 300.
Chat, who do y'all have, bro? Before we even start, like, who do y'all have, bro? Ants or spider? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Spiders are low-key huge, and they can, like, but they also be slow as hell. Ants are a lot. In fact, I ain't gonna lie. I'm putting my money on a spider, no cap. But I ain't gonna lie. Did y'all see that this was called underground reptiles?
Dollars. Let's just add this.
Like, is that the black market for niggas that want pets and shit, like the tigers and shit, Michael Jackson type shit?
And I bought the most expensive shipping option to make sure the ants would arrive without any dying during the shipping.
Oh, I am so excited.
Is that
I gotta get species, it's
100% ants, bro? Hell no, bro.
Black Widow and everything else I have planned for them.
It gotta
Anyways,
be
I brought
the
them to the
spider,
recording
right?
area and opened up the package, and I was kind of surprised by what I found.
Nah, are they in here? Oh my gosh, okay, there actually is like 1,000.
They're in a pill bottle? Oh, that can't. Ain't no way Peter, like, allowed that shit. There's no way Peter allowed that shit. So y'all telling me I can get 1,000 ants in a pill bottle if I wanted to, bro? That ass. Y'all really think that? Game request for the future play Level Devil. I think it's $6.99. Oh, bet. Bet. Oh, yeah, let me check it out after this video. Bet. I gotta watch it. Check out Streamer X. Bet. I got you after this. I got you.
Damn.
Since they were in a pill bottle, I couldn't really get a good look at them, so I got a clear container and
I got
dumped
y'all
them all
boys. I got
inside.
y'all.
Instantly, you could now see the true scale of what 1,000 ants
1,000?
actually looks like. And at least, I mean, I think it's
Are there
1,000.
red
I'm not
ants?
counting
Oh
all
my
these guys.
god,
And
bro.
after analyzing
Red ants is
species,
crazy.
I realized that these
Red
were
ants are
harvester
crazy.
ants, which are equipped with venomous stingers and massive mandibles, meaning yes, this was actually going to be a very interesting video with everything else.
Yes, I'm gonna keep very
Now, for
excited
these
though.
1,000 ants to be able to fight a Black Widow, we first need to get them in a nest. And well, everyone say hello to the Terra jar. It's like Terra Green, except I replaced the green with a jar.
Hold on, chat. Chill
Anyways,
with the game
we're gonna
suggestions
dump
and
all
talk about it
these
after the
guys in
video.
here. Be free, everyone. This is way bigger than that tiny pill bottle you were in.
Right away, you could see the ants starting to
Damn,
move
they just
around
start
on top
sputter-
of the
they start
soil.
sputtering
They might
or
be
something.
thinking that this isn't enough space for the ants. Well, it actually is, because this is specifically designed for the ants to dig out tunnels all along the sides of the glass. And as the video progresses, we're gonna see the
this is
nest
like
get crazier and
specific.
crazier.
Okay.
And yeah, most of the ants were kind of going crazy trying to climb up the glass, but
Okay.
after leaving them alone for only a few
I see what
hours,
this
you could
is.
see they were already starting to construct their tunnel system. Each of the worker ants would pick up singular grains of sand from the tunnels, walk up to the surface, drop the sand, and go back down to repeat the process. And when you have
Wait,
1,000
ants
ants,
do
you can
that?
see they dig out a pretty good
I ain't gonna lie, no cap. I thought ants just ate their way through shit. No cap. I know they will pick a grain of sand, take it all the way to the top. Damn, wait. Ants are low-key mad smart. What the fuck? And we just be crushing them. Tell y'all ever be seeing an ant and like, as a kid you used to like crush it with your finger, just like beg for your life. Beg for your life. Like, chat. I know them niggas was like, shit, I gotta go back to my tunnel. Oh my god. Like, bro, we was really demons. Like, no cap, demons. Dang, ants lives matter, bro. No cap. Ant lives matter. Ant lives matter. No cap, bro. No cap.
amount in only just an hour of this time-lapse footage.
Oh yeah, it's sick to see the ants already starting to build their nest, and it should be fully dug out by the end of the video. Anyways, as you know, I'll be putting these guys to the test against a Black Widow. But before then, I have all of these different training activities to prepare the ants for the final spider boss.
Gotta
Second up,
train
we're
them?
gonna see how fast they can take down some prey. Yup. We've got a cricket. Oh my gosh, crickets.
No, oh,
Hey,
GG's.
and
No,
sorry, buddy,
GG's.
You are gonna be...
GG's, bruh.
I guess you guys will see what's about to
GG's.
happen.
And well, right after dropping the cricket in, literally within like a nanosecond,
my
the
God.
ants were swarming it. I thought
Oh
it would
my
only take like
God.
a couple minutes, but no. This cricket was already pinned down, getting venom in...
Oh my god. Yo, them ants dead as soon as he landed. Come here, little nigga. Come here, little nigga. Dead at, bro, them ants play no games. Yo, low key, like I'm trying to get way more respect for the ants. So I ain't gonna lie, if they moving like that with us, low key, they could kill a spider. Okay, but a Black Widow though is Black Widow's in Marvel. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know. And they can really defeat a Black Widow.
Projected into him. As I said earlier, each of these ants is equipped with a venomous stinger that is obviously not super deadly to humans, but to crickets, when there's like 20 ants repeatedly stinging you, you're
that's a
kinda
cheat,
done
bro.
for. Yep, ants don't play around when there's a threat near their nest, and you can see over the next 30 minutes, the cricket stayed completely surrounded by the ants. And I'm guessing they already started to rip its antennas off and stuff to get a tasty meal to spread with the rest of the colony.
Dang, that was cool to watch. Anyways, it's getting late, so I think I'm gonna go and put this bucket on top of the ants so it's dark for them. I'm gonna go to sleep, and hopefully when I wake up, there's gonna be tons more tunnels. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning.
And over those next 10 hours, the ants made their tunnels so much larger and more intricate than before. And on the back, they even had tunnels all the way down at the bottom, with ants actively walking about the whole system.
Anyway, ants, it's 8 a.m., and that means it's time. As you can see, the alarm's
going off. I always wonder a clock like that, though. No cap, but I think that's gonna be too loud, bro. I'm gonna start raging every time I wake up.
For this training, I have to pick up one unlucky ant and transport him to the ant lion pit. If you don't know what an ant lion is, well, this is it. Just a tiny little bug that has actually evolved over millions of years to be an expert at taking down ants. Basically, when you go and put them on the floor, they start to dig themselves under the ground, and then they just go around digging. And I have 9 more of these guys, which I spread across the whole tank. And as you can see, they all dig around, making these little lines in the ground.
Ace.
But after waiting a few hours, you can see that each of the ant lions had actually dug out their own little pits in the ground, and when an ant walks into the bottom of them, they're basically cooked.
Yo!
Alright, I'm gonna put you right at the start, and at the end, I'm gonna put some breadcrumbs so you can bring back to the colony if you survive this.
And without further ado,
I pray they do survive.
Let's see if he can get the bread to feed the colony. Immediately, he started to explore around the sand area. He had no idea that he was constantly walking near these pits of death. And eventually, he took and stumbled inside of one. These pits are specifically designed to make the ants trip into them, but the ant lion at the bottom must have been sleeping or something, because nothing happened and the ant was just able to walk out. But if you look closely, this caused the ant lion to wake up. He was now active and armed.
I'm not sure how long stream will be today. I do want to hit the gym also, so I'm not sure.
Over the next few minutes, the ant
probably at least 2 hours or 2.5 hours
inside of the pit, but the ant lion just could never quite snap on the ant at the right time. Well, that was until this. You see, this is paused footage, but basically if we unpause it, you can see exactly what happens when an antlion gets a hold of the ant. The antlion started to bring the ant underground. Within a few seconds, it was like there was never anything even here. I thought it was over, and you could tell by the sand moving that the ant was getting pulled further and further underground. But all of a sudden, I saw this. A little bit of the ant's head had poked out of the ground. Somehow it was fighting back.
Why am I on
have been using its stinger to try and escape.
Survive
I immediately rushed back and recorded with my other camera, and what I saw
would be
was
crying
so
right
weird.
now.
The ant had somehow made it out from under the sand, but it wasn't trying to escape. In fact, it was using its front legs to try and dig back under the ground.
Bro, what the heck? Why is this ant digging like a dog?
What's happening in the video? Basically, we're putting 1,000 ants versus 1 Black Widow. That's what's happening in the video. But I think right now they're training the ants. I don't know, they're training them.
Nah, bro.
You need an editor? No, I think I'm good, gang.
I will gladly put you right there.
Have fun, buddy.
And right after putting him in this pit, this ant lion also woke up and eventually snapped at the ants. And it once again started to pull him underground. But miraculously, this ant was able to fight back once again and somehow broke free, immediately ran out of the hole and straight over to the breadcrumbs to claim his prize. Nah, this ant tricked me to have me move him closer to the bread, and now he somehow won the challenge.
What's pulling him? I think there's an animal inside. There's an animal inside the sand.
I'm being dead serious. How on earth did he escape the antlion pit over here? And how on earth did he escape
antlion? Like, bro.
The bread, and now it's trying to bring bread back to the colony. Bro, well played. You survived.
Damn, he's a W man.
All the bread back to the colony.
He's a W man.
I brought it all over to the nest, and the entire colony was clearly super excited because they all swarmed the bread and started taking little pieces of it underground. Anyways, I went and waited a few hours and came back to find the nest even bigger once again. The ants still are not done with their training sessions, and next up, we gotta see if they can survive
a lion, what? An
antlion. So I immediately picked up some of the workers to bring them to the fly trap minefield, completely decked out with tons of these fly trap plants.
For the food on this obstacle, we got a gorilla. I'm just kidding. I don't know why it's packaged in this. Basically, what it is just a bunch of oats, and I'm just gonna feed these to the ants.
Oats. I know that type of packaging, my nigga. You don't gotta hold no thing from me. I know what type of packaging that is. That's that. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what type of packaging that. Oh, I don't know what kind of packaging. All right, my nigga.
Little trigger
All right.
goes inside.
I
of
know
them,
what you're doing,
and
my
when
nigga.
something touches them, it causes them to close. And if I carefully put the oats in between.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I was a kid, I used to think that fly traps used to kill people. Like, no cap. Like, I thought like if you put your arm or your hand or your finger into a fly trap, your finger will automatically cut off. Like, I thought they had their own teeth and stuff. Like, y'all be seeing the Mario Kart and stuff. That's all I used to play when I was a kid. No cap. No cap.
Between the hairs without hitting
Bro,
any
Monkey
of them.
app is
I can
banned, bro.
basically
I'm never
put
doing
the
that
food in
again. I
here,
got banned
which will
twice
make
off
the
of that.
ants have to
I'm not doing that
carry
again,
them
bro.
out.
No
But it was
cap.
actually pretty hard to get the oats perfectly
No
inside,
cap.
so I ended up just spreading the oats everywhere around the tank.
All right, let's see how the ants do in here. I have a feeling they're not gonna do too well, but yeah, we'll see.
Immediately, the ants had started to swarm out the tube that I put them in, and they were probably really confused of why they were all just transported away from their nest. And for a little while, they kind of just walked around, investigating.
No, I didn't
their
get
new
banned again
environment.
after that.
That was until a couple minutes later, where this first ant walked up to a Venus flytrap plant. He probably had no idea
Maybe
that
they
these
did.
plants were basically alive and wanted to eat him whole. Thankfully, though, this guy was able to walk out of the plants without triggering any of the traps. However, a few minutes later, this ant walked up to another one of the plants, and well, this time all I'll say is he wasn't as lucky. Surprisingly, he wasn't super attracted to the oats, but it did seem like he may have been attracted to the traps themselves. You see, Venus
this guy
flytraps
just,
create
like,
a very
is
thin
dumb.
layer of nectar around the lip of the jaws to lure insects in. And eventually, this ant ended up, well,
I would fall for it
walking
too
into
if I was
one,
an
hitting a
animal, though.
trigger
No
hair,
cap.
and just like that, he was now stuck inside of the jaws. As you can see, the ant was just walking around inside trying to escape, and he
Got
had
his
no idea
ass.
what to do. Too bad for this guy. This trap is going to release a type of acid over the next few days to basically
Acid?
just turn him into some
Oh,
nutrients
that's
to make
the
the plant
worst
even
type of
stronger.
death.
Now, interestingly enough, pretty much all
Damn,
the ants
oh, I'll
I
be
put
so
inside
pissed.
were
Oh, I'll
staying
be
away
so
from the
pissed.
traps and
I'll
were
be
all
so
grouped up
pissed.
around
No
this
cap, I'll be
corner. In
pissed.
fact, they were actually starting the process of digging some more tunnels. Now, these ants still think they're in the nest. They're just trying
I'd
to
be so
dig.
pissed, chat.
Well,
No
I mean,
cap.
I guess it's pretty smart if you're not getting eaten by the traps. Because over the next 20 minutes, only one single ant came across another Venus
Wait,
flytrap. This guy. Let's call him Larry. Now,
Larry,
Larry is a
okay.
daredevil because he was walking all over the jaws of all of these plants, absolutely risking it for the biscuit. But eventually, Larry's luck ran out because of this happened. The jaw had closed on him, leaving half of his body stuck out of it. This was actually pretty good for
Half
him
of
because it
his
means
body?
he had a chance to escape. Using all of his strength,
Half of
which
his
albeit is
body?
not very much, he tried pushing himself out of the jaws. But the trap is designed to just get tighter and tighter.
Bro, I know, bro. This nigga was screaming in ant language. You Jerry, help me. Oh, God. Oh, God. Bro, on my soul, imagine you think you safe and you about to climb out and your body have, yonk, gets chucked by a fly trap. Bro, no cap, I'm pissed. No cap, I'm pissed. Cause like I had the time to like think about it and try to get myself out, and now I feel like I'm weak.
As time goes
Crazy,
on,
bro.
meaning this ant was doomed.
Crazy.
Well, not actually, because I kind of felt bad for Larry, so I cheated nature and used my tweezers to open the trap. I safely got Larry
W,
out
yes.
and brought him back
Yes.
to the rest of the colony.
Yes, we
Anyways,
love Larry,
that training
bro.
actually went really
We
well.
love Larry,
Every
no
single
cap.
ant survived except
love
for
Larry.
one. So
We
I
love
brought them all
Larry.
back to the nest and gave the whole colony a bunch of these little gorilla oats to show my support.
Gorilla
As you can
oats,
see, it didn't take long for some of the
right.
ants to start moving the
You
oats
getting them
down to
ants
their
hot, nigga.
intricate
I know,
tunnel systems.
if I was going
Speaking
through
of
a
these
pair of
tunnel
spider,
systems,
I
the
would
last
hide you.
training session I'm putting these ants through before the Black Widow is a flood simulation.
Oh,
yeah, I'm
shit.
flooding this ant nest.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
kinda, because if I actually flooded this thing, it would kill every single ant.
That's what I'm
Instead, I've
saying,
got
though.
this
Yo,
thing
ants be
called
drowning so
the little
easily, bro.
Tripper, which, as you can see, drips some water droplets very slowly.
Yeah, it might seem kind of lame, but this little bit of water should be enough to eventually collapse part of the ant's tunnel system. And if it does
shit.
collapse, if they can fix it quickly, it means they would have passed all my training missions, and that means
I ain't
they're
gonna lie,
ready
it
for the
is
Black
good
Widow.
training, though.
So
This is
I
good
immediately
training.
started to drop the little droplets of water. And initially, the ants were very confused. Some of the droplets were hitting the ants and making them get completely drenched in water. But to my surprise,
Yo,
it
I'll be
almost seemed
pissed
like
because imagine like, bro, because one droplet is like a tsunami to them. You know what I'm saying? So imagine you just walking about to go get your food and a huge, like you just get soaking, like a whole bucket of water just get dumped to you. I'm tweaking. No cap, he better not put his finger on there, bro. They gonna actually you know what I'm saying? They gonna go there.
The ants wanted to get wet because more and more of the ants started to gather around where the water was dropping, and eventually a whole pile of ants was getting completely soaked by it.
Yo,
See, ants are amazing in their ability to work as a team, and in the wild, if a real flood occurred, a massive ant colony would literally join together to make a raft out of their bodies, and that way the important stuff like the queen and eggs could stay on the top and stay dry to ensure the future of the colony. And on a mini scale, this is sort of what the—
Why did my dad's thumbnail have gone? My dad's thumbnail have gone because of a red. What? Your dad's thumbnail was half gone because of an ant? Yo, I didn't know they could. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, we gotta stop these ants, like, or they might evolve. Oh my god, what if they evolve into like ant people? Oh my god, we might be cooked.
Ants are doing here. They're joining together to make a shield out of their bodies that will prevent the water from getting into their tunnels where all the eggs are stored.
Wow, ants are actually amazing. I was totally expecting these tunnels to just collapse from the water, but it seems like ants have literally evolved to do pretty much anything. I'll remove this water. I don't want to do any more harm. You guys prove to me you're very capable.
They instantly took down the
and
cricket,
iguana not to be played with at all.
The ant lions, survived the Venus flytraps, and even—
Bro, I'll be thinking that stuff in America's bad. Oh, I know, like the bugs and stuff in Brazil and India and Mexico and Panama. I know that shit is terrible. Look at Australia. Fuck no. Hell no. Them spiders is as big as my two ass cheeks put together, my nigga. No cap. I could not go to Australia, bro. They got them big ass. I be hearing that it's normal to get a snake in your kitchen. What? Yo, I tweak. I might pass out and get the. Oh no. I'm trying to thinking about the snakes and shit.
Survived a flood, and throughout that process, they managed to build.
Wait, Vicky, you live in Guanajuana?
It is safe to say.
I know I'm butchering that name. I'm so sorry. But you live in Guanajuana?
This is actually my last Black Widow because all the other ones from my other videos have escaped.
Escaped?
Don't tell my mom.
But anyways, I went and put the Black Widow in a container so you guys could get a
Wait,
quick look
what the?
at it.
Why that Black Widow look like that though? What the fuck? Yo, that's not a Black Widow. That's a toy, right? Am I tripping? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know when something look a little too good? Like, nah, bro.
As that
ain't no, that ain't
iconic red hourglass abdomen. Wait, sorry. This is my pet robot Black Widow. This is not the real one.
This guy just got me. Okay.
Here is.
Yo, this guy dead ass just got me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. No, yo, this dead ass. No, yo. This nigga got me stuttering too. Yeah, I might have to wreck this nigga. LOL. Gianna. Oh, Gianna. And I'm my dad from there. I'm from Toronto. Oh, I'm in Toronto. That's fire. What else, Karori? Shout out to Toronto.
As you can tell, it's extremely creepy. And under its glossy black abdomen is where the red hourglass is located. These guys have an insane amount of venom, so if it even bites a single ant, it's safe to say it's gonna be a goner. Anyways, here is the tank where the final battle will take place. I went and put a few sticks from my backyard, then I put in the Black Widow.
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of cool.
She started climbing all over the sticks, and I went and waited a little while she sort of settled in and found a nice spot to rest. Once she did, I went to the ant nest, scooped a good amount of the workers into a tube so we could get this battle started.
Are they all workers? Did they reproduce? Yes, sir. WT dot. Let's go.
Immediately, the ants started to run out of the tube and down onto the sand. When pretty much all of the ants had made it down to the sand, some started to make their way over to the Black Widow, which was just perched right above them on the sticks. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty impatient guy, and I couldn't bear to wait for the battle to start. So I literally picked up the stick myself to bring the spider down to the ants. Immediately, the spider started to run around, and none of the ants really noticed besides this guy. That kind of bit the spider's leg or something and scared it away. The spider tried to escape as fast as it could by climbing the glass, but it was too slick. Once a few other of the ants had noticed the Black Widow was on the ground, they started to jump it. And it was actually pretty funny to watch, because as you can see, there's barely any ants, and the spider was so scared, trying to run away at full speed.
Put
bro,
the 1K
you're like
in
the
there,
most
bro.
venomous spider in the world. Why are you not just fighting back? And yeah, a couple of the ants just kind of continued to terrorize the Black Widow. But the thing is, all of the rest of the ants were kind of just doing their own thing at the other side of the enclosure.
Bro, they
I had
got
to
a
make
wreck,
this more
but they
interesting,
pussy.
so I had a better plan. I went and picked up all the ants to bring them back to the nest.
All right, well, I got the Black Widow from the tank. And hey, the title did say 1,000 ants versus Black Widow. Let's actually put this to the test against 1,000 ants.
Oh my God.
Well, I dropped the spider inside, and it immediately started going crazy, running everywhere. And obviously, the ants did not act kindly. Every single worker went on red alert mode and jumped onto the spider, grabbing her with their mandibles and repeatedly stinging it over and over.
They dead ass, bruh. They dead ass ass. And I know the spider like the spider did not ask for that. No cap, yo, this is torture. We're watching torture as we speak, bro. Ain't no way them ants. I know now not to mess with ants. No cap. If I see a red hill ant, oh my God, I'm dipping. Is he gonna end up like being that white dad? He's really whitewashed. How am I? Ace, aren't you white? Aren't you white? Ain't nobody fucking want to fuck with the ants? That's what I'm saying, Econ. Nobody want to fuck with these ants, bro. No cap. How am I white? Yo, don't even piss me off, yo. Hey, you were trying to piss me off all stream, bro. You trying to rage
mess
me
around with stuff in their nest. And to my surprise, the Black Widow did not even get a chance to fight back. It's actually pretty crazy how quickly the ants had pinned it down and started to devour it. And yeah, well, that's literally all that happened. And that should answer your question of who wins in a fight. 1,000 ants definitely wins. And they basically beat
thought the spider was
everything.
gonna do it
There's a reason
too.
why ants are the secret king of the animal kingdom, because there's quadrillions of ants around the world.
But one final thing, I have an important message to all the kids and families and parents watching out there. Because the new Terror Green Activity book was just released. No, seriously, we just released
Oh, he
this
sells
book.
coloring books? That's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of cool.